Okay, let's move on to something which I would hope everybody agrees with. This is a crime and it deserves to be punished, which is the issue of murder, which no doubt probably featured in your search history the other night.
Yeah.
What is the punishment in Islam for murder?
Okay, so typically in terms of murder in Islam, the concept that we have in Islam is the concept of qisas, okay, which is a life for a life. And that is something which is well established in the Torah.
Just before we go into some of those things, doesn't that sound a bit mafia-ish? Like, you killed one of ours, we're going to kill one of yours. And then you see this in gang culture, just constant killing back and forth.
Yeah, I think if you are talking about vigilantism, then I think that's a valid point. But I think when you're talking about a legal system, it's not, because here it's this is a punishment which is revealed by Allah, which is carried out by the state, not by the other person. Now, that could be said, and some people do misunderstand that, in the ayah in Surah Al-Isra, in which Allah Azza wa Jalla said, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا النَّفْسَ الَّتِي حَرَّمَ اللَّهُ إِلَّا بِالْحَقِّ وَمَنْ قُتِلَ مَظْلُومًا فَقَدْ جَعَلْنَا لِوَلِيِّهِ سُلْطَانًا فَلَا يُسْرِفْ فِي الْقَتْلِ إِنَّهُ كَانَ مَنْصُورًا. That do not kill the soul that Allah has prohibited except with right. For example, the person who committed adultery, who who is married, and so on and so forth, which we've discussed. And whoever is killed in oppression, we have certainly given for his wali, and his close relative, we have given them a sultan, we have given them authority. فَلَا يُسْرِفْ فِي الْقَتْلِ. So don't let that person exceed in the killing by killing more than the person who killed, like as in retribution and vigilantism and so on. This person will certainly be aided. This doesn't mean that the sultan that is given here, that the wali of the person who is killed, just takes his sword out and goes and finds the killer and kills them. This is actually the law of either carrying the punishment or forgiving the punishment, because we know that the wali of the person who is killed is given a choice of three things.
Okay.
In a case of murder. Now, bear in mind, Islam distinguishes between murder and what is typically called manslaughter, or what in America they call first-degree murder and second-degree murder, and so on.
Like accidental murder.
Yeah, murder where it's not. And Islam actually puts very stringent description and rules as to what constitutes murder for which a person can lose their life, and what constitutes what would sometimes call second-degree murder, or accidental killing, or manslaughter, where a person has taken actions which resulted in the loss of life of a person, but it doesn't reach the level of murder.
Okay.
So in the second-degree one, where it doesn't reach the level of murder, then the punishment is blood money. And it is that blood money is taken and the person doesn't lose their life.